Hi, this is Ella for MVM, and today we're stepping into the world of tea making with a Kickstarter preview for Chai by Deep Aqua Games. Chai is a 1 to 5 player game of set collection and drafting that lasts around 20 to 60 minutes, where we play tea merchants who are trying to get the best flavor and additives in our tea so that we satisfy our customer with the perfect blend of chai. I have set up the game here for 2 players, and I'm going to explain what the components are as I explain what the actions are in the game. Remembering the fact that this is a prototype and the final components will be shown in the Kickstarter when it launches next week. So each player in the game has their own player board. The player board, which we call our tea house, can house 12 flavor tiles and up to 6 additives. We also get our own tea tokens. Okay. Red is for rooibos tea. Blue is for oolong tea, I found out. And we get our own colors, and then we also get a random customer card. So I'll explain what the customer cards are. Basically, the customer cards are goals in the game. They give us the VP at the end of the game. So each customer has a specific order they want and specific flavors in the tea that they want. This customer wants spices, milk, and vanilla in his tea. In order for you to satisfy this customer, you have to go to the market and the pantry and buy the correct flavor and additives and mix them together and satisfy that order. Now, I'll go through the actions that you can have per turn. And luckily enough, in this game, which is great in any game, is a beautiful player aid that tells you what you can actually do for each turn. So for each turn, you have 3 actions to choose from. The first action that you can do is visiting the market. The market is where you can buy the flavor tiles that you need in order to satisfy your customer order. So as you can see, there are different flavors that you can get. There's berries, jasmine, ginger, mint, lemon, and lavender. And they cost from 1 to 3 monies. The way that you draft them is that you can buy 1 tile for whatever is specified in that row, for whatever monetary price is specified in that row. But when that tile is adjacent, orthogonally adjacent to another tile that is similar, then you can also buy that tile for the same price, which is pretty good. So anybody who has played Candy Crush will find this very satisfying. So because this is beside this, I bought this for $1. And when you bought these tiles, okay, after each subsequent purchase, the tiles move to the left. And as you've noticed, as I've drafted these tiles, the ginger, which was previously $2, is now $1. And because it's orthogonally adjacent to another ginger, I'll be able to draft that tile too. And then that moves again. As you notice, the mints are now orthogonally adjacent to each other and also cost $1. So that's pretty good. So you can actually plan out how you draft your tiles so that you can make specific tiles cheaper than what they are. So that's the market. Also, when you visit the market, immediately you get $3 because you're a tea merchant who's trying to sell his wares, and for that you get $3 immediately. Okay. Another action that you can do is you can visit the pantry. The pantry contains specific additives that you can get. So there's vanilla, honey, spices, sugar, and milk. What you can do is, from these face-up additive tiles, you can collect 3, or you can blindly pick from the bag over here. So you can pick 3 tiles over there, or you can choose different combination of face-up and blind draws from this bag. The next action that you can do is to collect additional customer cards. So you can have a maximum of 3 cards beside your player board and no more than that. Like Ticket to Ride, you can choose from the face-up cards that you have here, or you can blindly draw from the deck. Aside from that, when you pick a customer card from here, you can also pick from the ability cards that are face-up here. So you can activate one of the abilities that are shown here, and they give you certain special actions that you can do that help you throughout the game. For example, this gives you, when you fulfill an order, it gives you an extra coin. This one you can swap additives from your player board into your pantry, and this one you can just draft one of the additives from the pantry. Now this is actually pretty good because a lot of the draws are random. This actually helps you kind of mitigate some of the random things that are happening in the game, but also if one player is using this to his advantage, at the start of your turn you have to draw one of the ability cards from here and cover one of these abilities. That's where you can plan ahead. So if you can see that you are, so one of the players is trying to get more pantry items, or they're trying to get more money so they can buy more things, you can actually cover specific ability cards so that you can thwart them a little bit, which is good. Okay. Now, anytime during your turn, you can fulfill one of the customer goals that you have. Say for example, you already have all the ingredients that you need from this card. So say for example, these are that. I'm just pretending. These are not the actual ingredients that he needs. I'm just showing this as an example. Say for example, these are the mix of flavor tiles and additives that this customer needs. Each specific card has a color. So this is black. So the cards that are available here will be the players that you have in the game. So if there's red player, blue player, and black player, then this will be a deck of black, blue, and red. You then have to match. So there are cups that you have to supply with the game. So because this is black, it has to go into the black cup. And when you fulfill that order, you flip this face down tip, okay? And you get whatever is specified in that tip, which is $2. So I get $2 for filling that order. Yay. The round ends when any of us, so any of the players have fulfilled all the orders and have flipped all of the tip tiles. Okay. So this is one. So each round we always get 2 tip tiles, so we always have to fulfill 2 orders in order for the round to end. What happens next is that there's a thermometer here that is a round marker. So once we've gone through the first round, it goes up to 25 degrees centigrade, up to 50, up to 75, and then up to 100. So basically what happens is that in a 2-player game, there are 5 rounds and we have to fulfill 2 orders per round. So that's a total of 10 orders for the game. If you have 5 players, then you have 5 rounds and 5 orders that you have to fulfill. So that's 25 orders altogether. Is my calculation correct? Yes, I can multiply. So that's what happens throughout the game. It's a very quick game. It's very satisfying too because it's very charming. So the cards are beautiful. So as you can see, each card has specific illustration for each order that they have. The tokens are pretty beautiful and it's a pretty quick game. So as I said, the 2-player game can lasted us around 25 minutes. So it doesn't overstay its welcome. And satisfying those orders is pretty crunchy because you have to plan out what tiles you're going to get and what order you're going to draft them so that you can maximize the money that you have. You also have to draft these pantry tiles as well as you can in combination with the abilities that are face up in the game. So that's pretty satisfying. So watch out for this Kickstarter that is launching on December 4. So that's Chai by Deep Aqua Games. Like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube and Instagram, and follow us on Twitter. See you next time.